It is the rhythm of the city, 94.3 WYBC. I'm Wanda Coppage, hanging out with you for your middays. And I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this by now because we shout these wonderful businesses out every single chance we get. You know, WYBC has teamed up with Yale University to spotlight the small Black owned businesses right here in New Haven. Now, I know you've had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman before because he spoke with Huck, but this is my first time speaking to him. So one, I want to say Karl Franz Williams. He's the owner of Anchor Spa, 272 College Street, New Haven. It is so wonderful to finally meet you. How are you?
It's great to meet you as well. And they say you never forget your first time. So
okay, now so I won't forget this. And speaking of first time, that's actually where I want to start with my questions for you. Anchor Spa, we know it's downtown. Yep. For someone that has heard of Anchor Spa, maybe someone mentioned something about it, but they never stepped foot in your establishment. What can you tell us about Anchor Spa for the person that's walking in for the first time? What is the Anchor Spa experience? What do they get?
Well, so first of all, you're walking into one of New Haven's iconic bars. You know, the Anchor's been there since 1939, and you know, it closed for a brief period in 2015, and then I came in and sort of reimagined it as a modern cocktail bar. And so we've kept some of the details, the original booths, the original tin ceiling, but then we've added some other elements to make it, like I said, like a modern cocktail bar. The Anchor was known in its heyday as being a great place to get a great drink, and that's basically what we refocused on. So our cocktails are amazing, if I do say so myself. And but you know, the other side of it is that, you know, my heritage, my family's from the Caribbean island of St. Vincent, and I'm very passionate about my culture and heritage. And so the idea of an anchor just made sense to me, seafaring and, you know, sort of water culture. And so the menu at the Anchor is a pan-Caribbean food menu. So it is food from throughout the Caribbean, whether it be Jamaica or Trinidad, you know, Haiti, you know, Cuba. Like, it's a mixture of different Caribbean island foods, and, you know, put together in a really delicious and great menu.
That sounds delicious.
Entrees, you know, everything. So you can have a full dinner there too.
Well, that sounds delicious. You got my mouth salivating right now. So you said it's been around. That's a history lesson. I didn't know that. It's been around since 1939. So it probably exchanged or changed hands and ownerships plenty of times. When did you acquire the location as the owner?
In 2016.
2016.
So, like I signed my lease there in actually in 2015, and opened. Our first day open for business was in July of 2016.
Now, there are, you know, we're spotlighting New Haven small Black owned businesses, and I know there are plenty of locations that you could have chosen to run with your idea and to open up the restaurant of your choice. Why New Haven? Why this location?
Well, there's a couple reasons. So I do own a bar in New York City called 67 Orange Street. It's also a craft cocktail bar, mixology bar. We've been open now for we just celebrated 12 years.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. December 4th was our 12th anniversary.
Nice.
And so I wanted to open some more places, but you know, I was looking for, so history is pretty interesting to me. The name 67 Orange Street is the address of Almack's Dance Hall, which is the place where tap dance was created and one of the first Black-owned bars in New York. So that's where I got the idea to kind of let me go with 67 Orange Street as the name, even though we're in Harlem, right? And Almack's Dance Hall was in 5 Points, which was downtown. But that sort of historical thinking, inspiration has been a part of a lot of what I've done to this point, and other places I've opened. And so, New Haven, of course, has an allure to me because I went to school here. I went to Yale, and so there's kind of this nostalgia of being back here and doing something in the area. And when I heard that this iconic bar, this downtown bar that has so many stories and such great history and legacy was available, I jumped on the opportunity.
Nice. So are you originally born and raised in New York?
Not born, but certainly raised. So I
Oh,
moved to New York when I was about 6, and
okay.
I grew up there in Brooklyn, and then moved to Hempstead, Long Island, to finish high school. So I started high school in Brooklyn, finished in Long Island, and then went to college and moved to New Jersey. I lived in Puerto Rico for a few years,
Wow.
and then now look, wow, it's 19 years ago, 2001. I moved back to New York City and moved to Harlem, and I've been in Harlem ever since.
Okay. Well, we thank you for opening up or transitioning Anchor Spot to what we know it to be today. I can
Mhm.
tell you first and foremost, pre-COVID, Anchor Spot has been the spot. People talk about going to Anchor Spot. You have your outdoor dining area,
Yep.
some live music that was going on there as well. What inspired you to do that? It seems like because you named your New York bar after the arts, you might have a love or a passion for the arts. Is that
I
correct?
definitely have a love and a passion for the arts. I mean, we feature the work of local artists on our walls,
Mhm.
and whenever I can give a local artist a chance to do something, whether it's perform music, whether it's hang art, whatever, I'm always whether it's recite poetry, I'm
Nice.
always down for that kind of thing. Obviously, the pandemic has made those sort of opportunities impossible, but prior, it was certainly some of the things that I felt were important to bring into our space.
Absolutely. You represent the culture of New Haven, and we appreciate that for you. Thank you so much. And it's the holiday time. So you were telling me before we even started rolling, recording, you have some cocktail kits. So people
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
cocktails.
So,
Tell us
I mean,
about
look,
that.
this is a tough time for the industry. We've seen, since COVID started to surge again, and the 10 o'clock restriction, and the just people are afraid to go out. There's been a lot less of people. We saw our business drop drastically, literally overnight. And if you walk around downtown New Haven right now, it's literally a ghost town. There's just not anyone around. It's a very difficult time for our industry, and we haven't seen any additional stimulus or anything like that coming from the federal government. So,
Right.
on a broader note, I would say if you absolutely support your local bar or restaurant, they need you now, and we need you now. And
Absolutely.
so, so if you can and you feel comfortable, we have taken all the COVID precautions. We have plexiglass in between our booths and around our bar. We have a full COVID safety plan that our staff goes through. We're all wearing masks. We're doing the right things to protect you and keep you safe when you come in. But beyond that, if you come in, you can be confident that the sanitizer, that you're going to be okay, that we're going to take good care of you.
Great.
Uh, that being said, if you're still uncomfortable and you don't feel like now's the time to be going out, I absolutely understand. But we do have a great takeout and delivery program,
Okay.
and it's takeout and delivery of food, but also of our cocktails and our so you can order. Now you have to order food with your cocktails, of course, right? So
Okay.
that is the rule, and so we ask that you order anything from our entree menu or with your cocktail. But we also have some great gift options as well. So we have cocktail kits, which is what you were referring to, and
Mhm.
basically with the cocktail kit, you get everything you need to be able to make multiple cocktails. You get a full bottle of alcohol with all the things you need to be able to make our cocktails. So it's
Oh,
it's a
that's great.
really it's a really great option. We can also add to those kits tools, so shakers and things like that. It makes for a great gift, or just something to have at your home when you're doing your socially distanced holiday party with your close
Absolutely.
family. So yeah,
Bring Anchor Spot into your living room with the shakers, and you mix it up. And you can't, as you mentioned, you can't have a nice cocktail without putting something in your stomach. You have to have the food as well. So it
you
would
have
be
to have
nice
the food. Yeah.
to order both. This is absolutely great. Some great gift ideas you just gave us. And of course, as you mentioned, this is the time to support our small Black owned businesses to keep the city of New Haven thriving, to make sure you stay here And when this is all said and done, we can actually go back and experience the culture that you brought back to New Haven. I thank you so much for your time, Karl.
Absolutely.
This is Karl Franz Williams. He is the owner of Anchor Spa, downtown New Haven. You know where it is, on College Street. And if you want to check out the website, it's anchorspa.com. He's on Facebook. He's on Twitter. He's on the gram. He's all over social media. And such a wonderful guy. It was a pleasure meeting you.
It was great to meet you and talk to you as well.
So check out the website, get those cocktail kits, and make sure we continue to support our small Black-owned businesses here in New Haven. I'm Wanda Coppage. If you missed any part of this interview, I will be posting it on my social media page, as well as you can catch it on our website, 943wybc.com. Any last words, Karl?
Yeah, we also do virtual holiday parties. So if you are, if you get the kit, you can also get me or us to come on and talk to you through how to make the kit on a Zoom and bring some energy and fun to the event. So, definitely reach out. Wanda just gave you all the different ways to reach us, but reach out and hopefully we see you either inside or online and we get a chance to, share this Anchor experience with you.
That's a great idea. I know we're about to wrap it up, but that's a great idea, especially for New Year's Eve. Get your people together and have a little virtual holiday drink mix party. As you could tell, Karl, I like a cocktail. Keep it locked. It's the midday edition of The Workforce on Wanda Coppage. More great music is still on the way.